I'm looking forward to this.
Remember, you are cyclists.
Yes, I know, I won't be long. I'm really pleased that John brought this motion today, because we do, as everyone's noticed, need to level out the inequality. But it must not just be talk, like many people have said. We are ticking all the wrong boxes for deprivation. And I don't agree, actually, it's not just about money. Council tax on the Waterleys has had money poured into it. It's had a community house previously, it's had millions of pounds spent on a playground, it's had a community centre, and it's just not working. So there's obviously something else that we need to do. I went to a really interesting course about asset-based community development last week. It was really interesting, and I think that's something that we as a council should be looking at and making the most of what the community's got to offer and the skills that they have themselves. I also really like the point that John made about education, because it's absolutely spot on. I went to the Children and Young People's Committee recently about proposed school, and I heard many attacks about how awful academies were, and I won't be political and sort of name anyone or go into parties, but there weren't a lot of attacks there, and saying how much better the local authority could run schools. But let us not forget that the Thomas Clarkson Academy, and I'm not blaming Thomas Clarkson, so please don't say I am, but Thomas Clarkson had failed children in Wisbech for years and years and years, and it was under this authority. Children were leaving there without any GCSEs, and it was allowed to continue for years. Thank God it's now finally turning around for itself. Thank you. And I was saying at the last meeting, actually a little bit of a ding-dong at the last meeting about saying, when he said he was a learned gentleman, and I think the reason I got a bit upset about it was because I just thought, how nice would it be for people in Wisbech to think, to go and do a PhD in Cambridge, because for that is, something that's actually probably out of their reach. If you want to go to university in Wisbech, you move out somewhere, you go somewhere else, and we've lost our skills. I think the railway is absolutely vital to our town, and I do hope devolution brings this, because we do need fast access to Cambridge. We need to be encouraging commuters to come and live there. And I don't agree with them, I never said that. I mean, you can say I didn't tell lies if you want, but I did not say I was against the railways. And I had also hoped that people would not make this really political, but sadly, council sales couldn't avoid sort of bringing the politics in. And Labour have previously had control of Venice District Council, and nothing changed then either, so it's unfair to sort of blame any one party. I think the real problem is, Councillor Manning asked what do I think the problem is. I think the problem is residents feel really removed from Cambridge. Earlier I said we're right on the edge, and our hospital, for example, we would attend for accident and emergency, is in Norfolk. It takes an hour and a half for us to get to Cambridge by road, so we are quite isolated in some ways. If you live in Wisbech and you want to go to shopping, for example, you go shopping in Norfolk. You don't tend to go into Cambridgeshire. Now, we do have many low-skilled jobs that people do need, and Eastern Europeans, yes, they have come in and they have taken some of the low-skilled jobs. But what we actually need to be doing is upskilling Wisbech people so they can look for better jobs. I don't think we should be playing the private role like you keep on to play. Now, I know you're wincing, and I wrote that a bit a while ago. I wrote that some few hours ago. And as I was reading through what I thought, I questioned it. I thought, well, is it too political? Is it a bit mean? Should I take it out? And then Councillor Lane and Councillor Gillick spoke. And then I thought, I left it in and I wrote another page. They love this rhetoric of saying that people don't pay minimum wage to Eastern Europeans. That's illegal. People working in a factory in Wisbech, whether they're English, whether they're Bulgarian, they earn the minimum wage. It's the law. And so while we continue this racist rhetoric, we're not going to get anywhere. We need to build a strong community in Wisbech, not try and divide it. When I was last on this council, the good work was really being done. We had the 2020 vision, and I actually thought, to put its opposition, the opposition were buying into that, and they were saying, yes, this is good work, and recognising how good it was. But now we have representatives that are more interested in running our residents down and running our town down. We had Councillor Gillick telling us there's a third of our shops have run down and fallen to pieces. There's one shop in Wisbech that is being propped up, and it's Cook's the Butcher's. I can even name it to you. Okay? How is that a third of the shops? So people need to get their facts right. That's the problem in Wisbech, lack of infrastructure and representatives that tell them how awful their town is.